Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
So a fighter that I like a lot and rate very, very highly, regardless of the fact that he has 2 losses on his record against Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. Now, I know a lot of people have almost like forgotten about Joseph Parker and pushed him to the side because he's got 2 losses, but look who he lost against, okay? Now, there's an article here, and I shall put it in the description box for you all, that the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion Joseph Parker is set to return to the ring in July. Now, in this article, it starts off with David Higgins. Of course, he's talking about a potential fight with Derek Chisora. Now, we know that the fight with Derek Chisora didn't come off, and just going by what David Higgins has said in the past about it a few weeks ago, was that they felt that David Haye, Team Chisora, were messing about, stalling for time, all that kind of thing. Is it true? Is it not? Don't know. Don't care anymore. It's past is past. But he says that a fight with him and Chisora, certainly it's a very, very feasible option anyway. Now, in this article, I'm going to start off with what he says about July, and then we'll have a little chat about Joseph Parker. So anyway, David Higgins' statement. It's very simple. My job is to get the best deal possible for Parker, and it's great times in boxing with massive money flowing. Basically, I'm going to have a pretty frank conversation with the major players and see who puts the best deal on the table for Joseph. Monday in Los Angeles and then London, maybe. It depends. If promoter Bob Arum puts an offer on the table that we just can't refuse, we might do the deal. But that being said, Eddie Hearn has been great to work with. Arum has been fairly good too. The only one I haven't worked with is Haymon. But we're basically going to have a sit down with all of the major players and see who will put the best offer on the table. Eddie is one of the best promoters I've worked with so far, so he puts in a good offer, no problem. It could go either way though, because I think we can attract some interest out of America at the same time. Parker wants to fight in July, so I'm going to have serious meetings and see who puts the best offer on the table. I will work with any of them. So that is David Higgins' statement. So Joseph Parker is going to be returning in July, and again, it's going to be dependent on who puts in the best offer. Of course, when they say offers, they're talking money, of course. Will Eddie Hearn put in a good offer for Joseph Parker? But bearing in mind, Derek Chisora isn't promoted by Eddie Hearn anymore. It's David Haye, okay? But listen, maybe a winner of Lucas Browne, Dave Allen. That would be an interesting one, especially if Dave Allen wins, because then Eddie Hearn can put in a very serious offer. But ultimately, for me, I feel that Joseph Parker and Lucas Browne, that is a boat that is well and truly missed. And I think you'll probably go down as a fight that we all wanted to see, but we never did. I think we kind of get to that point now. And I wish, and I know, to be honest, I don't know why these guys just didn't get it on. I have no idea. But going forward, Eddie Hearn, of course, does have some other options out there. Maybe a rematch with Dillian Whyte. Who knows? As Dillian Whyte will be fighting July 13th. Still waiting for an opponent. Of course, still waiting for a WBC situation to be sorted out or resolved. However it is that WBC is going to do it. Hopefully, it will be Dillian Whyte versus whoever to face the winner of Wilder and Brazil. But we'll have to wait and see. But as I said to you guys before, Joseph Parker's only got 2 losses on his record. Both of them did go the distance, so he hasn't been stopped yet, and both of them went the distance with, he went the distance with Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte, who are both top 4. Correct? Now, I know some people may say, yeah, but maybe Luis Ortiz should be there. Luis Ortiz, as of right now, hasn't proved anything. But, now we just mentioned Luis Ortiz, as Higgins said there, he's never had any dealings with the PBC, Haymon, so why not Luis Ortiz? For me, I don't think Luis Ortiz wants any real kind of stiff opposition, any real tough opponents. He just wants a world title shot. That's what he wants, and a fight with Joseph Parker is certainly tough. And to be honest, I would probably pick Joseph Parker at this point to beat Luis Ortiz. Honestly, I would. But again, a lot of this depends on what Joseph Parker turns up. The kind of deer in the headlights one that turned up against Joshua, or the one that allowed himself to get bullied by Dillian Whyte. If Joseph Parker can go back to his old school ways, like he did in his last fight, where he just gets angry, where he just gets, he fights dirty, okay? Now I'm not saying stray outside the rules, but once in a while, why not, okay? Get dirty, fight fire with fire, bully your opponent, because that's when Joseph Parker is dangerous. That's when Joseph Parker gets people knocked out. That's what he used to do. Okay, listen, he's very, very good on the back foot. He's a very good boxer, but he's also a very, very good brawler and tough as nails. Okay, put it this way, he went down with Dillian Whyte's left hook. Who goes down with Dillian Whyte's left hook and gets back up again? Nobody does. But Joseph Parker did. That's how tough he is. And again, I've said this for, 2 years I've been in YouTube now? Joseph Parker beats Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder can't outbox Joseph Parker. He just can't. And if he can't put Joseph Parker down asleep, then he's going to lose. And I don't think Joseph Parker can be legitimately knocked out so he can't get back up again. That's honestly how I feel. But time will show whether or not I'm right or wrong on that one. But a fight with Luis Ortiz over on the PBC, that would be great. That would be awesome. And hopefully that's something that Al Haymon will propose. And hopefully that's something that Parker and Luis Ortiz would like. If not, maybe a fight with Adam Kownacki over there on the PBC. Again, great fight. Love that fight. As far as ESPN go with Top Rank, Bob Arum, as David Higgins said there, for me, there's not really anybody there at heavyweight that may make you go, ooh, that's a good fight. Would people really be interested in Oscar Rivas? Undefeated Colombian, sure, but is it something that people really want to see? Probably not. Is it a good money-making fight? Maybe, because Bob Arum does have a lot of money to play around with ESPN now. So maybe he may get paid well for it. But outside of that, there's no fight with Tyson Fury in July. Of course not, because Tyson Fury is going to be fighting Tom Schwartz. So that one's off the table. So for me, I think the only other place really to go will be Eddie Hearn, which will go full circle. Maybe against Dave Allen, if Dave Allen defeats Lucas Browne. A fight with Derek Chisora. Eddie Hearn can promote it, because obviously David Hay, while he is his promoter, has no platform. I have no idea what happened to his platform on the Dave channel. No idea. Okay, it started off with, we've got X amount of dates, we're going to do X amount of fights per year. It died as quickly as it grew. So, no idea. But Eddie Hearn, of course, can promote Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker, that's for sure. But, of course, Derek Chisora does have to get past Nagashi first on April the 20th. On the undercard of David Allen and Lucas Browne. But of course, there are some other heavyweights out there. It really depends on what it is Joseph Parker wants to do. Does he really want to test himself again? Does he want to go up against the best? If so, then Eddie Hearn has the options. Al Haymon has the options. I think at this current stage right now, Bob Arum is bottom of the pile when it comes to the heavyweights. That's just how it is. That's not to say it's not going to change. He could be bringing in a lot of heavyweights for sure. Nobody really wants to see Joseph Parker versus Bryant Jennings, as Bryant Jennings just lost his last fight. So that's no good. But I think Al Haymon is probably the one that is probably going to give him the best options. May not be the best money, but the best options for profile and ranking. Because he has Luis Ortiz. He has Adam Kownacki. Maybe Charles Martin. And, of course, he has another couple as well with Andy Ruiz Jr. Maybe a rematch with Parker and Andy Ruiz Jr. Now that Andy Ruiz Jr. is on the PBC. So, for me, I think that Al Haymon will be in the driving seat. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if Joseph Parker ends up fighting over there in America. Maybe he'd be in New York, maybe in Vegas. Because Joseph Parker, he spent his camp over in Vegas with his trainer, Kevin Barry. So, it would make perfect sense, really, wouldn't it? But anyway, for me, I think that they will strike a deal with somebody within the PBC. If Joseph Parker wants to go that kind of route and take on a Luis Ortiz, Adam Kownacki, or maybe a Andy Ruiz Jr. rematch, or a Charles Martin, or whatever. There's plenty of options out there. And for July as well, because none of those opponents that I've just mentioned, Kownacki, Martin, Andy Ruiz Jr., he's fighting in about a week or two, so he'll be available for July. So, yeah. All these guys can do it. And it's a good opening door as well for potentially a WBC title shot. Who knows? Who knows, right? So anyway, that's the news. Joseph Parker will return to the boxing ring in July. Will it be in America? Will it be in the UK? We'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.